Okay, so let's look at these two statements. The probability of not A is the probability of number 1 minus the probability of A. And the statement that the probability of A union B is the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersect B. Now, it might make sense that the probability of A union B should involve probability A and probability of B, but we need to get to the point, why is there's negative sign here? What's that doing there? Now, the first part in understanding this is let's just link probability to the Venn diagrams. So let's consider the probability of event X. Well, we can think of the probability of an X. Here's a whole bunch of events. Some events are outside X. Some events are inside X. And the chance of X happening relies on how many ways can X happen versus how many ways can everything happen. So we can word that as probability of X is the number of ways to get X over the number of ways in total. So number of ways in X, this top one here, is everything in here, all the ways we get X, all those little gray dots in here. And the number of universal ways is the number of ways in total, all of the events together, Okay, let's take an example. Thinking of this, let's say we have a 6-sided dice. Ooh, a dice. Look at this amazing dice picture. Looks like a dice. That's how dices look. The number of ways to roll an even, there's 3. You can roll a 2, a 4, and a 6. And the number of ways to roll the dice is a 1, a 3, and a 5. So universally, we've got all 6 options. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. 6 options. And the ways that actually satisfy our rolling even are 3 ways. So then the probability here is the number of ways to roll even over the number of ways in the universal set. So even 3 ways, universal 6. So 3 events satisfy the even, and 3 events satisfy universal, outside even. So in total we have 6 events, that's the 6 here. So this will be important for our thinking. Probability of an event is the number of ways to get the event successfully over the total number of ways that can happen in the outcome of rolling our dice, for example. Look at the first one. So probability of A equals 1 minus probability of not A. Well, we can think of that as being the number of ways we get A over the total number of ways. That's equaling 1 minus the number of not A ways over the total ways. And we can rewrite 1 as 1, of course, is a fraction. We can write it as x over x, or 2 over 2, or 19 over 19. But let's choose this. Let's instead choose the number of ways we get universal over the number in the universal set. Then we can see this difference then is going to be the number of universal is everything in the universal. And we're going to minus everything that's not A. We're going to minus all of this stuff. So if we say red minus blue, that's just the green stuff. That's A. So this top thing is the number of ways to get A. And that's this guy here. So yes, the equal sign makes some sense. This one here now. So the probability of A union B is this probability here. And here's a Venn diagram down here. Now we can think of this as the number of ways to get A and B over the total possible ways, all the possible ways. And look at our dots here. There are some dots here. If we just did this and this, what do we get? Well, probability of A is going to be the number A over number of the universal set. And this is going to be number B over number in the universal set. And what's that going to be? Number universal, that's these guys here. Number B are these guys here. But notice, if I just do this sum here, I'm going to double count these two here. Those two are being counted in this calculation and this calculation. So to fix that, we can fix that by just removing that double counted part. And the double counted part is this guy here. A intersect B is this part here. So we'll add all the events in A and all the events in B and remove the double part to get the number of ways of A union B, and this fraction is the probability